Check it out, check it out, check it out. This is Soul Sundays, episode 8, with your hosts, Driss, Sumie, Curtis, Alpha, and Nick. So what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yo, shut up.
What's it sound like when you say chateau? Sounds like sounds like you spitting on something, pause.
No. That was a beautiful language. We're talking about German being a spitting language.
Chateau.
Yeah.
Rough night, guys.
About last night. That's a
rough
movie.
night.
Half of the
About
crew
last
is
night.
dead.
That's a movie.
Everybody at least leaked or is not alive.
Yeah, we are dead.
Yeah.
I fucking threw up last night.
We were all
I
together.
threw up last night, and I never throw up.
Yeah, I'm always throwing up, but I threw up outside, so that's a record.
Yo. So,
yeah.
to the listeners, never ever drink jungle juice.
Don't make jungle juice anymore.
Shit, fuck that.
That shit, it's not
If
why.
you're over the
Death,
age,
bro.
if you're over the
Death.
age of 22, there's no need for you to drink jungle
put
juice.
your body
Exactly.
through it.
Yeah.
In
put your
fact, I
body
think you're
through it.
growing out of.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you're
nice.
over the age, yeah, I like that.
That's gonna be
Because if
a
you
good-
under, you can recover. Like,
That's going to be a
Yeah.
good segue for later.
But-
Yeah, can we talk a little bit about last night?
let's
Well-
explain what the jungle juice was for a second.
So
What
you had
what was all in it?
5 bottles of champagne or wine.
Yeah.
There was some vodka, some whiskey. I think there was.
There was Fireball in
Fireball.
there, so you already know.
Wait, there was Fireball in there?
Yeah.
There was some
Bro.
I
Fireball.
hate Fireball.
Now imagine that,
It's the
listeners.
vodka that does it
Imagine
for
what
me.
your fucking
Ew.
stomach would be.
I
Oh
can't
my
do
God.
vodka.
She said 2 bottles
I
of
hate
vodka.
vodka.
I can't stand
2 bottles of
vodka.
vodka. I think it was 8 bottles of wine.
Vodka's Russian.
8 bottles of wine.
8 bottles of
This
wine,
jungle
2
juice-
bottles of vodka. I didn't even know about the Fireball.
Yeah, it was Fireball.
That shit
in
was
there.
death, bro.
But
It tasted good.
The vodka.
It tastes good.
It tasted really
It did
good.
taste good.
But let's just talk about. I
the
mean,
presentation was nice too.
outside. Yeah. Oh, the whole setup was dope. It was a
was nice.
Halloween
They did a
party
good
with
job.
like
Yeah,
nobody
they did
dressing
do a
up.
good job.
Yeah, but
Yo,
the
you
setup was
know,
dope.
so girls, Pinterest. Sumi put me on to Pinterest, and I realized that a lot of girls use that shit to like
That's what
decorate.
Mallory
Hell
used
yeah.
for
Girls
the-
are obsessed with Pinterest,
But
bro.
but that's how like you cook, you come up with outfits,
Yeah.
you decorate.
So-
That's-
Pinterest is everything.
Oh, so
man.
y'all aren't really fashion forward. Y'all just like take other people's
Fighters,
ideas.
huh?
So for you single fellas out there, if you can't cook for yourself, use Pinterest. Pinterest. That's
I
the way to
love
go.
cooking, bro.
Still to stay on last night a little bit. It was just good people, good times.
Good,
Everybody
great
seemed to
vibes,
have, you know
great
what I'm saying?
vibes.
Everybody died.
We was all together. Everybody split up.
I'm gonna big myself up. I was the DJ and was playing fire. I was playing some fucking fire. Niggas were definitely digging.
Yeah, it was going.
Yeah.
I think what helped too is everybody mingled. Like there were different groups of people talking.
Absolutely.
And
There was
everything.
different groups.
Absolutely.
It takes certain personality to do that, though. Like, not everybody is good at mingling with different crowds. Usually,
Yeah.
if they show up with one type, they like, oh, I'm just staying over here with my friends. Or
I hate those type
I
of
hate
people.
that too.
It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah,
talking
it's
to
like
them,
how do you
too.
expect to
Yeah.
grow as a another segue. Grow as a person when you only want to kick it in the corner with people you I guess you relate to. But no, you got to
I
branch
like
out.
walking into a room and like introducing myself to everybody, shaking every hand. I like that. I
and
love
people
it.
respond to that, bro. When you're
Yeah.
just simple handshake and looking them in the eye and being like, "Hey, my name is so and so."
Yeah.
Even body
definitely.
language
Yeah.
though too.
I
Like
like
when you're
somebody.
sitting there, like how approachable you are and
Yeah.
how closed off
For
you
sure,
are.
You got to smile. You got to smile.
for sure.
Yeah.
You got to
to.
make yourself approachable to other people.
Yeah. So, did everybody have a good time last night?
I did.
Oh yeah, I
did.
I barely remember, but I
Yeah.
know.
So
I
let's
felt
talk.
like I had an
Let's
awesome
talk
time.
about today. Then this has been a struggle. Okay, I had
Yeah.
Wendy's. It didn't sit right.
First of all, this nigga got a baconator. That's not going to sit right even if you're sober.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
That's 2
brick.
days in a
Bro.
row he got.
Bro,
sounds like
yeah.
a
You got that yesterday?
I don't think I could finish
Wendy's
that,
is
bro.
just like right down the road from our
Spicy chicken
crib.
sandwich from Wendy's.
Yeah, look,
Mine.
I'm not talking about.
Damn,
I
you're
need
about
to
to
eat.
make me
I want to.
hungry,
I want to
man.
eat better. Believe me, but there was no effort in trying to eat better today. It
Oh
was,
nah, I said fuck. I got
Yeah.
I had a
canes. I
strong
got
bowl.
canes today.
Oh,
Canes gives me the itis.
I love
I can go for some canes right now. I can go for some itis, bro.
Driss and I were trying to get pho earlier, but
Pho.
Some
they didn't
We got
deliver.
ramen
Pho?
yesterday.
Oh, it's
we did
pho.
get
Yeah,
ramen
yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to.
I don't think people
Fuck,
care about
y'all
the
gotta
food.
let
we
me
ate.
know.
We'll let you know. Probably
let
get
me
sometime
know.
this week.
Yeah,
People don't care about
probably
the
will.
food that we ate, dude.
Definitely let me
I
know.
mean,
Sorry, listeners. Anyway,
Mashiku ramen is
Look,
the best ramen in town.
I will
Damn it.
say to wrap up last night though, good people, good times. Curtis drives like a maniac. I will say
Really?
that.
Oh damn, I forgot I was driving.
Yeah. Woo.
Wait,
I
how?
heard you had some sharp turns. And
Who was all in the car?
It was me, Driss, and who else was with us?
Seth.
we sent all the boys with you, and us girls got an Uber.
Oh yeah, no, that was fun. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Nah, my
shit.
life flashed before my eyes a few times.
Bro, when I'm drunk, I can't help it.
Hey, we don't promote drinking and driving either.
Oh
It just,
no,
it
definitely,
happened. It just
definitely
happened.
not.
That shit was
Definitely
dope.
not.
Yeah.
I remember
I'm already a natural lead foot, so when I got the and it's a 3.8 liter, so I'll be ready to let that bitch go at any time, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime.
But good times last night. Good people.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some things that are going on in the city of Columbus.
Yeah,
The
Columbus.
crew,
crew.
they're leaving.
Who might be leaving?
Tears.
Tears.
Psych.
Bye, niggas. I don't care.
I could
I
care
think
less
it's more
for
of like
soccer.
the principle of having another professional team in Columbus because
Well,
there's
sure.
no professional football team.
So how do you-
We got Columbus Destroyers.
No, they left.
Are there?
We don't have a real football.
They got
here.
no love, bro.
I went to one of
I forgot about
football.
that.
That's what I'm
that?
saying.
Yeah, they
got
had
no love.
They had a lacrosse team here.
Where was their stadium? Where'd they play?
I have no clue.
What is
The
that?
Destroyers
I've been
played it. The Destroyers
They had
played
arena,
it. They
right?
went to nationwide. They played a nationwide.
Yeah,
Did
they
they?
play in the arena.
But yeah, the crew leaving though. So I know. Do you guys are you willing to pay more in taxpayer dollars to keep the crew around?
Fuck no.
That's my whole thing.
We're a college city, bro.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a college football
city.
team, and that reigns supreme. So I know, but there's avid crew fans.
We have the
around.
jacket.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though fuck soccer and all that, but it would be dope to see a stadium downtown. That'd
Just
be
to
dope.
attract- attracts more people.
We
That
need
would
to
be dope.
expand downtown.
Because our downtown,
That'd give us a lot more culture, man.
we have what are we, the 15th or 14th biggest city in the country? But our downtown, man, like it looks, it could be a lot better compared to a lot of other cities.
Our downtown is clean.
Yeah,
it's just boring.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh it's
Super boring.
If you've been to downtowns all across
I mean,
the country,
Cincinnati's
Courthouses.
downtown is cool
It's
though.
dope.
Like
I
grew
love
up in
Cincinnati's
Cincy,
downtown,
so,
bro.
Oh, there's a lot to
and
do.
everything there is so close niched.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. We're spread out,
Yeah.
and that's the difference between.
Well, and I think a stadium adds character. I mean, we have the Bengals Stadium and the Red Stadium, and I think that even Cleveland has a great downtown.
I wish we had Cleveland's downtown. Like I feel like we can do more with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more
Like
people.
they're that's what they're downtown.
But I mean, they only got. I mean, I heard they
sucks.
because I haven't been to Cleveland actually to party or anything like that. But they have that with 4th Street, right? I heard that's
Right,
like
it's
the
an open
only
container,
street.
but it's an open
But-
container
okay,
street.
yeah.
We
But
could
it's like-
easily do that.
Yeah, but it's the only street that people
No, but
talk about.
there's
when
more to do downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, but there's no people.
Right.
It's like it's so.
It's like barren.
bro, that's what I'm. It's like tumbleweeds flowing through there,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And they got amazing like structures and architecture out there is dope. It is
It
just
is.
so
Smells
gloomy.
there. It smells.
It's
there.
so gloomy.
it smells in a lot of major cities. To your point, Columbus, their downtown is clean.
Oh
Because
yeah, it's
there's
super
not
clean,
much
but it's
to
yeah,
do,
because
though.
it's
There's-
courthouses and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
stuff like that. So you got to keep it clean.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, around that section, but
So, do you think the crew's gonna stay or go?
they're gonna go.
I think they're out.
And I
To
mean,
Texas, right?
Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Honestly, God, I don't blame them either. Like, we don't give them any love. Like,
yeah, we don't. I don't really.
There's-
It's only a hint of people that I see with like
Crew
crew
stuff?
shirts.
Yeah, I mean, there are avid crew fans. It's just I don't know if there's enough of them to keep them here.
I think this city doesn't do a good job in respecting them either. Like, other
don't.
professional teams, like
We
they're
don't.
at least part of the skyline for the city. Like, they
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
You're
look,
right.
the Blue Jackets.
You're right.
People went out and they supported the Blue Jackets for a lot
I mean,
of
when
years
we went to
they
the
were bad.
playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, when they
I've
went
never
to
been to a
playoffs.
hockey game. Y'all was
Oh,
telling me
yo.
that.
It's
It's dope.
We saw
Might go to
our
one
first
Wednesday.
hat trick when we
When?
went to the. We went to the Blue Jackets game. We saw a hat trick.
Blue
That was
Jackets
our first
games are lit.
game.
Oh, that was your
Hat
first. I
trick.
remember
That
you
was our
guys.
first
like,
game, yeah.
3 goals.
Back
I
to
mean,
back.
but
Oh,
even when
really?
you look at the Blue Jackets, we got our bar. That's strictly a Blue Jackets bar. I mean, would you consider 4th Street to be the?
Well, 4th Street is like 312 is a beer of Columbus Crew.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
they
so
bring
4th
all-
4th Street?
That is like the
Street.
crew bar. Everybody.
That's where everybody goes for the
I guess
best
that
Yeah,
is
food.
true.
but
Yeah.
to what you said when we were off air, you were talking about how Mafre Stadium is off of 17th.
Yeah.
Oh, is it off of? It's off of Hudson, right? Yeah.
It's-
So, whatever.
Hudson and
It's
something.
deep
Whatever.
past campus.
Whatever. Like it's there. It's not near the downtown area, so people are gonna just to get there is just a little bit of a.
It's out of the way.
Yeah.
No one
Out of the
cares.
way.
That's why they're losing like fans. Well, I'm not losing fans per se, but there are not that many people going to the games every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. If they leave, it doesn't make a difference to me. If they stay, it
doesn't.
doesn't make that big
I
of a
could
difference.
care
I hope
less.
they stay
I
for
will
the
say I
sake
don't
of
want to pay.
fans,
I don't want to
but-
pay taxpayer dollars to build a new stadium.
You know who I feel bad for?
Who?
The people who go out and get crew tatted on them.
Oh yeah,
That's wild.
True that. They saw
That's
that.
awkward.
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
take their ass to Texas, man.
Yo, all right. So we're all gonna say that adios to the crew.
Yeah, adios.
It was a
Nah,
great-
Nah.
It was a great. I don't know how many years they've been here. 20. Maybe.
Okay.
They're one of the original.
Damn, they've been here for 20 years.
They're one of the original MLS teams, so they've been here for a while.
I know nothing about soccer.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Where the Brian McBride?
On to the next topic. Next topic. Things you grow out of.
This is the one.
Yeah, this is the staple topic.
Yeah, I kind of want to get. I want to get a backdrop on what y'all say.
So just as we grow up, certain things that we look at differently, certain people, certain judgments that we had younger, and then we experience it and have a different outlook. And even something simple like Jungle Juice, we were talking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know,
true
like
that.
a party.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
It's not the life for us anymore.
Like
it's not the life for me.
For me,
I feel like it has to change, bro. If you're not changing, even like you just said, just judgment. Like I'm trying to grow out of judgment.
I think you have a judgment until you experience, you know what I mean? Then you start to realize, I understand why this person is the way they are.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the older you get, you realize there's a lot of deep-seated issues that people just don't ever deal with. Yeah. And that manifests into
people and in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But I've seen it in some, like we all know, certain people, like, yo, this person acts this way because they're influenced by maybe their parents, or this person acts this way because they had a traumatic experience when they were younger. Like, all of these things are reasons as to why people, you know, can act up or treat you a certain way or be closed off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I even think something simple as like lifestyle choices. So your type of drink changes. You listen to different type of music. You appreciate different.
Should you appreciate time more?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't have time to put up with people's shit anymore like that. It's like if I feel like you're not a good person to be around, I just won't be around you. Yeah. I'm not gonna continuously.
Yeah, that's what and I feel like that ties in, to go off Alpha's point. I feel like that ties into like I said, the judgment thing too, and because you don't want to, you realize how much time and energy you waste trying to like be somebody's friend, and it's not really working.
To piggyback off that, well, but like you said, wasting time to be someone's friend. I think one of my pet peeves is when people call everybody a best friend. Like I think there are drinking buddies, like there are actual drinking buddies.
This is my sister.
People do that shit. People do that shit, especially when they're dating or like fucking somebody, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's like my bro," or "Yeah, that's like my sis." It's like, ew, you fuck your bro. Like that's weird. No, I'm not your. Don't ever call me. I don't ever want a chick calling me her sit or her bro,
especially if I seen her naked.
Yeah, like nah. If I've seen you naked, we're not bros. Yeah. We're not homies.
That's just
no. I'm not saying not homies. I'm saying like don't call me bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
that's what I mean by that's
I don't like
the kind of
be friends with people
you put on
you've
a
had
relationship.
Sex with, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
But that's importance you put on a relationship.
Hey, but that's maturity.
That's maturity.
That goes into that though.
That's
like,
what we
a lot of people
time.
can't do that.
Yeah.
It takes a certain age, man. Well, I ain't even gonna say it just takes a certain person.
Yeah, people are different, and sometimes you realize, hey, you're not going to connect with people. It's better to just remove yourself from that person's life than to continuously try to find a way to fit
you realize
in.
how much time you have left to do stuff that you actually like doing.
And be around people you want to be around.
Yeah.
And why waste your time being around somebody who's not conducive to your life?
That's why I'm such a nerd when it comes to that energy stuff, man. If I feel anything weird off you, I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth the dealing with it. So, all right. So we're talking about, maturity, growing and stuff like that. Is that, I think we're lucky in the sense that we have a lot of people who are goal oriented, and I think that's dope. But we have friends, we know people who aren't trying to do anything, and it's like, at what point do you have to separate yourselves from those people, or
what do you mean do anything though? Like,
no, just with their lives, like they have no ambition or goals or anything. Do you separate yourself from those people, or do you try to encourage them and push them to be better?
Well, you got to encourage them.
But it depends on that goes back to what kind of relationship you have with that person, because there's certain things that are not, it's out of bounds for you to talk about. And that might mean because I'm not close enough to you to bring that point up to you.
Yeah.
But I'll bring it up to somebody that I care about, I'm close with, and I'll say, listen.
If I see the potential in you, if I know you're a talented person, then I'm gonna be like, I think it's kind of an obligation to be like,
bro, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing? You are super talented. Work. But if it's somebody that I don't really think is talented in anything.
But the good people, man, even good people still got some bad qualities and traits in them. Just like some bad people got some good in them. Like you can see, like, oh, okay, you ain't too good or sharp on this point, but you're an excellent person at this.
Everybody's got qualities, though. All right, you may not be the brightest person, but you have an infectious personality. So work with that. So that's a way to that's a way to get into shit, bro. I'm telling you.
So, my question is, what determines like maturity?
We talked about this a little bit, like self-awareness.
I think maturity, man, is just knowing who you are and being comfortable with who you are. And once you do that, people will read that off you.
Even accepting other people for, you might not agree with it, but you have to tell yourself, I'm going to agree to disagree.
This is one thing. This is a pet peeve of mine, is when people are just unwilling to get to know somebody off the rip just because they don't like, they don't like the first encounter they have with them.
Yeah, I've always said that, man. First impressions are huge.
Yes. Don't get me wrong.
People are allowed to have second impressions, third impressions.
I personally cannot come to a decision on whether I like somebody or not after the first time.
No, I can't. Unless you just do something that's just like, you're a fucked up person.
I'm also the type of person that I like you until you give me an actual reason.
Same way.
I'm going to approach you and give you a clean slate no matter what. Even if you say one thing.
I'll start you out at 100. I start everybody out at 100 until you start dwindling down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I like to believe there's a reason why maybe first impressions aren't your thing. That's okay.
Hey, bad day, or you don't know what's going on.
But that's
in
the thing about
life.
people. That's why I like people watching. I love talking to people and like seeing different personalities and like, okay, this dude, you acting like you act like this because of this, and I love doing that stuff, bro. I like meeting good people and bad people.
Yeah, because you know how to operate.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know the difference, too.
Yeah.
But there's nothing more annoying than when somebody, because we all know somebody who's like that, who's just like.
Trust me, there's a couple names that are at the top of my head right now.
I know the names you're talking about. But like, it's just like, man, I don't fuck with that person. Like, why? I don't know. I just don't. Come on, bro. Yeah. Like, you got to give me what about that person, because I need a reason as to why.
But on that side,
what's the retort?
There's been times where people that I've encountered, like they didn't even do anything bad to me, but I can just feel like I can feel it that I'm not gonna click with you.
But maturity is just being civil with that person. You don't have to like them, and you also don't need to talk shit about that person.
That's real.
You just have to act civil and be like, you know what? It's just not someone I fuck with.
Here's the thing: the people who constantly are talking shit about other people, like goes back to the maturity level. They got some deep seated things that they got to work out. Because if you're constantly talking shit, I'm not talking about just joking around. Like we all joke around.
Yeah, you posted.
I'm saying like people are like. I'm saying when people are like
literally talking about somebody else's lives. I really hate how they live.
Like, I'm like they're just malicious in the way that I've been around people like that.
I don't hate anybody. I feel like hating somebody just takes too much energy out of your day. And then
to
hate somebody.
It's like a tar on you.
Yeah.
When you hate somebody,
you got to commit to that. Like,
look, that person's unaffected as to whether you like them or not.
And that's what I'm saying. If they're not around. They basically have power over you. Because when they come in the room, you jumble up like I'm
guilty of it. But I think one of the biggest lessons I still need to learn is learning to let go. I think I'm pretty bad about that.
Like grudges, I used to be like.
It's not even grudges. It's more so like hate. I don't think I actually truly have hate in my heart. I'm not trying to say but I think I just can't let certain things go. Because I really think if I truly hated somebody, I would not care what happened to them. I would wish bad things upon them. So I don't think I truly have hate in my heart.
How many people y'all think is like that in y'all life? I probably got like maybe 2 people like that I know that I actually like. Like she said, if something could happen to them, I might smirk. Okay. I
don't know about smirking. I'll say this. I might be a little bit of a sociopath like that. Because I'll be honest. If somebody I went to high school with dies, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, man, that's so sad. I'm like, oh, they died. No. Wow, okay. And I keep on moving because it's like I don't have a relationship with you.
But there are people that glorify it. Like, did you really know them? Did you really have a relationship with them?
Like we've had that happened before.
Everybody, I hate when people do that.
Me too.
Oh man,
somebody die and then all these random ass people come out like, oh my god, I can't believe she. And then they'll post a picture from like 2nd grade, and I was like, I ain't spoke since.
It's like like when Tom Petty died. I didn't honestly completely forgot he died.
I don't even know who that is.
I know. Well, there you go. I know Free Fallin', but that's it. But I'm not going to pretend. But I'm not going to sit up here and play Free Fallin' all day long.
That's maturity, though. That's what I'm saying.
I wasn't a fan. Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't.
You have to disconnect yourself from something and step back and be like, I'm going to look at this objectively. That's tragic that someone died. My prayers go out to the family and friends.
This might be another big hot take. I don't know. It's not a hot take. It's just how I feel. When Prince died, I don't really care.
Ooh.
No. I was a little, and I'll tell you why I didn't care though, because he didn't have that impact on me. Now, I'm not negating the fact that he had a big impact on everybody else.
That's what I'm saying.
For me, I didn't care for his.
It didn't hit me like personally, but it was like, oh, he was the culture.
Yeah, I see that.
He built a lot.
I mean, that's how Michael Jackson.
When he died,
that's how.
Mike
hurt.
It did.
Mike hurt me.
Because
But
I
Mike
grew
was
up with my
controversial
family.
because how much they tried to shit on him.
Yeah.
But I never respected him as a person. I respected his
we
musical
talk about
talent.
it all the time.
I was never one of them dudes like, oh, you Michael Jackson, molesting kids. I was never into that. Like some people would just say that just to say it.
Because those are people
But
who
I
are just
like
haters.
Mike. I was
do
like one of
too.
them dudes in my car who would be bumping Mike, and people would look like, man, why they playing this?
I mean,
I'm like, cause bro,
shit is
Mike
hard,
is
yeah.
fire.
It's
My
hard.
family and I don't bond over anything, but that was the one thing we always bonded over. So
That
to
was
me,
my
it was
childhood.
like,
Jackson
it was
is so
kinda-
universal,
Yeah.
bro.
That was my
His voice is
childhood.
so
You want to
universal,
talk about
man.
bringing people together? That's him. Now, I'll say this: was I the hugest Michael Jackson fan? Not to the level you guys are at, but everybody's got a song
you were
or
mature
two.
enough to
Everybody's
admit that.
got a song or two that they fuck with.
But
from
that
Mike.
too, like
You know what I'm saying?
like we was talking about last time about millennial babies and all. Mike was really for like our parents.
Yeah.
Like they lived through him.
And that's why I
But
say
they
when
put
he was
that on
popping.
us.
Yeah, that's
They-
what I'm saying. So
yeah.
they kind of
But
it
even
kind
that-
of fell upon
that
us.
goes back even to the Prince thing. That's for the older.
Yeah, that's for the
they
older,
grew up-
yeah.
Like so.
But I can appreciate
you
the
remember
culture that
you
they
remember the
built.
line Drake had? It was off his first album. He's like, I never cried when Big died, but I probably will with Hov. When I probably would if Hov did.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
because that's our.
But
yeah,
that's how I feel. Like Jay-Z had a bigger impact musically for me than you know.
because you
that's
living,
right.
you
that's
were
right.
still
You know what
living
I'm saying?
through.
Like, and that's to me. I think that's just being honest in the sense. Like, I'm not going to pretend to care about somebody
You shouldn't.
passing if I don't.
But that's people need to grow up from that. Exactly. You know, you're not gonna.
Well, some
be a
people will
band,
say
it's
that's
like a bandwagon.
some people will
thing.
say that's just you lacking empathy. I don't think it's lacking empathy.
I don't think it is. I think it's you
like,
being
I don't think it's
realistic.
If you were
That's
lacking empathy, then you wouldn't show respect about it. But you
Yeah,
are.
absolutely.
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Oh yeah, you got to sit back and because I understand Prince paved the way for a lot of these
A
artists.
lot, bro.
It wasn't for me, but you have to respect.
Yeah.
We always find a way to talk about music. God, I love Soul Sundays,
But
bro.
that's part of growing up, though, is when you just learn to, disconnect
Compartmentalize.
yourself. Yeah, and just understand, like, you know what, this isn't something that impacts me, but I'm gonna show respect for other people.
And
that
that
are
also
going through
goes
it.
the same thing. That's the same thing for like if other people die, like people that you actually know in your past that died, that other people that you were close to or happen to be close
Like,
with, you just show respect towards
I've
it.
heard-
Like, you don't have
I've
to put a status up or nothing. But
I've heard some people say
Thank you,
like,
bro.
I don't give a
That's
fuck if that
just-
person
that's
dies.
so
Have you ever
annoying.
have you ever heard like people say that though? Like, man, if that person died tomorrow, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm like, that's a little harsh.
that's a little hard.
And what I mean by
That's
that is
hate.
like, yeah, they're like, if that person,
hate.
I would never wish death on.
Oh no, I wouldn't wish death.
Like
on
that's
nobody.
crazy. I don't care how much I hate you.
Who mentioned
And there's not really anybody that I hate.
posting a status? Was that you?
Well,
but
yeah.
that's kind of like growing up. I feel like there was a time when my Facebook status was basically Twitter. I grew out of that. I'm like, not everybody cares that you had the greatest meal of your life.
Yeah.
Nobody
Not everybody
cares.
cares.
Nobody.
I feel like that's social media.
I'm
Period.
a
Right, but
Like-
I think I'm kind of growing out of that too, where like I stopped using my Twitter. I don't think
I
I've
don't
gotten
never
on it.
had a Twitter.
I haven't been on Twitter in like
Twitter just
2
always seemed
years,
like a
3 years.
job to me.
But that's what you're growing out of it.
I
You're
use
growing
Twitter
out of
these days for porn. Is that weird?
Wow.
Bro, there's a lot of porn on
I don't-
Twitter, bro.
is it?
Everything's
Is it?
uncensored. I swear to God, just make a fake account, go on there and just follow some porn stars, bro. It's crazy.
the
It's
fuck?
lit. It's lit. All right.
Wait, what's the account that I showed you?
What type of porn?
What was the account that I showed you?
What account?
Daily Sex Supply. That's
see,
the one I showed
she
him.
showed me. Like,
Yeah.
she
Well, it's
put
a
me
kind
So
on
what
there.
type of porn is it?
Anything
just
you
anything.
want, bro. The sky's the limit.
Might have to
bro.
get a Twitter account again.
Except, but some of them they're not
said the
full.
sky's
They're
the
not
limit.
full videos, full disclosure.
Aw.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
but
like
you just scroll
clips.
through,
Oh,
bro. There's-
but you know what? Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
30
that's too
second.
much
If it's like a
stimuli
30 second,
to
and there's a-
masturbate to.
It's like a
There's a-
vine of porn.
Yeah, but that's too much stimuli to masturbate to. You just have to stick to one.
It's like
video.
when I get on there, it's like exploring the deep web, bro. I'm just like, oh shit, who's this?
yo, what is your
Who the fuck
obsession?
is-
What is your obsession with the deep web?
Yo, the deep
No,
web
we'll do
is
another topic
What
on
the
that.
fuck is the
Be-
deep web?
No, Driss
All right.
was truly. Let me just tell you this:
That shit is a
Driss,
scary
nothing disturbs him. But I will never forget the day I got a phone call. I think I was in Cincy that weekend, and he called me probably like 3 a.m. and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, I can't sleep. I did something tonight,
Yeah,
and
right.
my heart was
Bro.
racing, and all of a sudden I got on the deep web, and I just saw some stuff that I can't
I can't shake.
look back from, and it's real stuff.
Hey,
Like heads
Child-
getting chopped off and shit.
Well, all right.
I mean, it's like
I'm gonna make a reaction video, Sunday reaction video to us watching the deep web. I'm gonna put you on the deep web. Like, we're not gonna.
I don't
actually
like seeing shit that's gonna fuck up.
It's just gonna be. It's a YouTube.
It does.
I'm just gonna put like a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video that we're just watching somebody explain the deep web. I'm not gonna do it myself because I'm not going back.
He made me watch the YouTube video.
He said I'm not going back.
I'm not going back, bro.
He said I'm not going back.
That's mature to know what you can.
It was no
handle.
lube.
Damn, that sounds like dark and grungy.
He prepared me. He made me watch YouTube videos before I actually wanted to get on it, and then I looked at him and said, "Nope, not happening."
This is my first time hearing this,
bro. So I'll just give you the concept, well, just briefly, so we can just go back to the topic. So deep web is basically like, all right. So the iceberg. All right. So every single website that you go onto on the internet is the tip of the iceberg, and you know how they say like underneath the water is the bigger part of the iceberg, right?
Yeah.
So literally think about how many people there are in the world that access the internet every single day, creating websites and using the internet for their own good. So they have websites made for hitmen, human trafficking,
child pornography,
they have
torture,
all of that.
Torture.
You can buy any drug that you want on the deep web.
Slavery.
Yeah, you can buy people. You could like.
How's this legal?
You can't track it all. You can't track everything on the internet.
It's a VPN that you have to access.
Yeah, so
to get onto.
Yeah.
So you can't just
connect to the VPN.
Get on your browser and type deep web.
You need a whole different browser. It's called the Onion browser. So you just get on there and then type in. They have like their own little Google, and you can type in whatever you want.
By the way, we don't condone this for people.
Give me one. I don't want to give you. I don't want you to have PTSD.
Are we allowed to say this?
An example?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is this legal?
I mean, no one can stop it. You can't stop it.
Yeah. Well, give me like what? So, give me one. But don't get graphic.
I haven't seen this. This is all from the YouTube. So there's a website where you go onto, and it's just like a video, and it's just like this dude torturing somebody. And you don't know, it's an unknown location. You can't trace it.
You don't know who the people are.
You don't know who it is. You don't know who the people are. They have their faces blurred out, but he's torturing somebody, and it's a live stream video.
I was going to say, that's not even the worst one. I think the worst one,
blood and all that shit.
You freaked out, was this girl who was basically mutilating her body. People were getting off to it, so she was getting money from it.
People are getting off to it.
Yeah, people get off to it. So this is the story. This
is fucking crazy, y'all. This is like some Matrix shit.
So there's this kid.
For this.
There's this kid. I guess he like met this girl in his class, and he like had a thing for her, so they started dating. Yeah. And then one day out of nowhere, she just stopped talking to him completely. So he was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" He went to her house, got on her computer, and he just saw this like random chat room. This is a random ass chat room. Later on, that kid, he was like a nerd. So he got on the deep web, and went to this chat room, and he saw this girl, the girl that he used to talk to, the girl that was dating. He just saw her in the video, and she was like, "Oh, thank you for watching this. This is going to be very helpful for my family. I need this. I appreciate this." And then the guys in the deep web, like,
so
in
what
the
the
chat
fuck
room,
was she doing? Cutting off her goddamn.
You'll see. And the dudes in the chat room.
I don't want to see that.
No, you're not going to see it. The dudes in the chat room are just like, "Oh, I wonder how many times she's going to do it. I wonder how many times she can do it. She's freaking out. She can't do it. She's going to chicken out." So out of nowhere, she picks up a knife, stabs herself until she drops. And she's supposed to it was all about the number of times she stabs herself.
Specifically about this self-mutilation, like, because I know like ISIS members or some shit, they cut off like the clitorises of little girls so they don't experience any sexual pleasure.
Maybe ISIS shit on there?
That's what I was about to say. Do they have, is that on there?
I mean, bro, there's ISIS stuff. Nah, bro, ISIS stuff is on. You don't even have to go to the deep web for that shit.
That's YouTube.
They're just open about it.
You can go to YouTube. You can
go. That shit sounds so scary.
Don't they take the videos off?
They try to,
but they can't.
But their shit is everywhere. Yeah. And then that shit just ends up on other websites, bro.
And sometimes they don't show the full video on YouTube, but it's more so they'll show images and then give like a backdrop of.
You know what's even ISIS isn't even the worst. It's the Mexican cartels, bro. Them shits are worse.
That's what I heard too.
Them shits are worse.
Bro, how can you be that like twisted as an individual to just?
I don't know.
Bro, like that's terrifying to me, bro. I see people getting stabbed in movies, and I start to like, because I'm not good with blood. Yeah. Like the fact that somebody
blood
I don't like seeing people get stabbed, bro. You getting like somebody getting capped or like shot in the head or some shit. That's like
I got stabbed in my leg.
You know what I'm saying? But like you got stabbed in your leg. When?
Fight. I was just probably like fucking.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
6 years ago.
Or do you?
No, it was just a fight. Dude put out a knife. We was fighting.
Where in your leg did you?
It's like kind of a little close to my groin.
Oh. Do you have a badass scar?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of next to my nuts.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a dope story to tell when a girl's giving you head.
What's this?
I'm sorry to parlay from that traumatic experience you had.
But damn, that goddamn.
But coming
deep web shit is scary, bro.
Deep web, I want to see
it.
The deep web's got us like shook. Niggas
yeah, that's why I'm like, nigga, that shit shook me up a little bit.
Bro, that's real, bro.
But I mean, you have to be in that. You'll never be.
Bro, I'm an insomniac, bro. So like at night, if I have nothing to do, I'll sit there and just YouTube shit, and then I'll stumble upon something that just freak me out. And I just won't be able to sleep the rest of the night until I do it. Because
I can tell the nights you watch that stuff because I'm like,
I'm up. Like if I find something, I'll be up until like 6 a.m, just like glued to it. Like,
are those also the nights that you guys are like sticking things in your guys' crevices?
You're not going to hear the story about this.
No, we have. Come on. We can't tell the story. This was such a good story.
What story is this?
Not a good story.
That's funny.
What story is this?
Okay, I guess she doesn't want us to tell. I'll tell you off.
Yeah, tell the story.
I passed out earlier one night. I was dead tired. And I woke up in the morning and I went to work. It was probably like midday. And I went to go pee and a bottle cap fell out, like a beer bottle cap. And I was so confused and it was just...
Wait a minute, what?
Basically, I was confused and I texted Driss that day and I said, you know, babe, it's so weird. A bottle cap came out of me when I was peeing. Like, I don't understand. He goes, well, you were peeing. I said, yeah. He goes, oh yeah, well, I forgot to tell you, last night when you were sleeping, I was bored, but I stuck a bottle cap in between your butt cheeks. He goes, did you just find it? And I said, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's different, though.
Yeah. So
I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny story.
Thank you.
Like, that's pretty funny.
You thought I stuck it inside you. Like, nah.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah.
I
peed out a bottle cap?
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's fucked up if you did that.
I wouldn't do
Wouldn't that cut the inner part of your,
that's
like,
what I was thinking.
your vagina
You just
hole?
being, it was like, blink, ding, ding.
And first off,
Driss has been watching those pranking your girlfriend YouTube videos, and I see it on, and I'm just so nervous.
Crazy.
Now I can't sleep thinking like something's
I'm not good with
body.
that sleep stuff. I'm fine with pranking. When it deprives my sleep, something gonna happen. I know eventually.
I'm knocked out, so I don't feel a thing.
Well,
Clearly, I've had a bottle cap stuck in my butt cheek for a day.
Sleep.
I would never do anything harmful to someone when they're sleeping.
It's
I'm
not
not into
harmful.
it. Ain't even about harmful. Don't throw no water on.
Yo,
when I'm asleep, I'm asleep, bro.
This is the way. This
Don't
is
fuck with me when I'm
legitimately the day I realized, I got to get more black friends. Is when white people thought it was funny to like fuck with you when you were asleep.
I don't do that,
No,
bro.
don't do
That's
that.
one thing. Thank God you
I was like,
don't do that. But
please do not
I
do
don't
that.
sleep a lot as
Don't
it
do that.
is. That's something. I don't sleep a lot as it is, so I need my sleep.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm
like
the
even
same way.
every 3 hours, I will like savor because I don't nap.
Don't
either.
fuck with me when I'm sleeping, bro.
No, if I'm sleeping,
Like,
you
I'll
fuck with me.
slap the shit
Like
out
even
of
if we friends, like
I know, that's what
I'm
I'm
warning. Like I'm letting you know something might happen. It's a reaction too.
There was a time somebody niggas were fucking with Drake when he was asleep.
Bro, they put fucking shaving cream in his asshole, bro.
Yeah, and this nigga,
bro.
And this nigga didn't know. He was like, bro, why is my ass wet? Like, bro, wait, what?
This big ass saying that, bro. Just saying that is funny enough.
Fuck.
Oh, that's cool. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
Drake.
whatever.
It's Drake.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's just
It's Drake. I mean, 6'5" with the chocolate skin. That's fine.
Oh my God.
I didn't. My bad. If you do get mad at your name being in
Let's
this,
come back to our topic though.
Both of y'all
about growing up.
motherfuckers was tall as shit last
so
night, bro.
does that mean?
Oh, you can't see Alpha now, but his chest has been growing immensely. For
Yeah.
the past
Sumie.
year.
I've been hitting the
Sexy
gym, bro.
bastard.
Been hitting the gym, man. Thank you guys. for noticing.
Everyone's noticed it. Every
Thank
guy
you,
and girl in
guys.
the group has noticed his chest just expanding.
Thank
I don't
bro.
understand.
Get it,
I
man.
appreciate it,
Might
man.
as well
Hit the
get you a
gym.
bra.
Feel good though,
Yeah,
don't it?
absolutely. I
He
feel
has
better.
bigger pecs and bigger
Okay,
boobs than I do.
chill. I know you're making me blush.
I might have to get you a bra for Christmas, bro. I'm gonna get you a bra.
You might need to start wearing one of Cassie's
You
bras.
stupid, man.
Shit. Oh, all right.
Hey, we're not saying names.
Ow. Shut up.
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
You might have to wear one of Cassie's bras.
Yeah, Cassie has big breasts. If you guys didn't know.
They're very luscious. I touch them every day. That's one of the perks of living with Cassie.
That's one of the perks.
Does your mom have big boobs?
Yeah, she does. They're huge. Cassie's a direct replica of her mother. She's like a clone.
Anyways, I think you guys lack maturity.
Oh yeah, no. There's a lot of growing up I got to do. I guess we got to get serious again.
No, but overall, we were going to talk about just growing up. We'd said like judgments, like certain judgments we have on people. You know, you have to learn to understand everyone is different day to day.
I feel like the biggest judgments, though, usually come from sexuality or religion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That plays a lot.
Like
of
if
it.
you're gay, they like, or some people just like,
That's
Or
the
if you
older.
like, I
That's the
believe in
older
this.
generation too. I obviously could care less who you are. what you do with your life.
It's just your personality. That's all I care about. I don't give a damn who you sticking it to, who's sticking to you.
It's just not my business.
Yeah,
okay. It weirds me out when like people are mad homophobic because it's like, oh, in my opinion, I think you're really interested in what they're doing. You want to know what a dick.
There's a difference between like joking about something man, that's gay.
We all joke.
But some people really like
yo, I hate them. I hate the F words. I'm not even gonna use the derogatory term because
I'm not gonna lie, but growing up. I used to be like that back, like a little. I kind of shook that when I was around maybe 24, because I grew up in a black household in the hood, and we don't play that gay shit. Like you get beat up.
Yeah.
You get beat up.
No, but that's not. But
is that maturity though?
You got to grow up from it.
There's some people that will not grow from it.
But that's what I'm saying. It takes getting around. Because if I would have stayed where I was at and around who I was around, I would still be like that even until I'm 35, 40.
It's meeting new people.
And it's seeing the personalities of those people. Like, oh, he don't give a fuck about it. Why do I care about it?
I would say that about like gay people. The level of freedom that they have, like, because we've been to gay bars before.
I feel like it's both. It's freedom and it's
change. I mean, I know they don't necessarily feel free sometimes in the regular world, but like we've been to gay bars and we see how they interact, and it's like, yo, these people just don't care.
They don't care. Yeah. Bro. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and that's refreshing to see just from anybody, bro. Like people who just do not give a fuck.
But I think on the flip side of that coin, they care a lot.
I mean, sometimes they're
because they know like. Especially if you flamboyant, like you know the repercussions of that. Like people, if you just like a normal like I dress every day, oh yeah I'm gay, and let me be like oh really okay. But if you like out there, I feel like they some of the strongest people because they know they waking up like I know if I walk down the street, at least 50% of people gonna hate me for no reason
other than who I decide to love.
And that's just so
even from a girl's perspective, like
what asshole I decide to take it up.
Yeah, I feel like that's just male thing.
But
though.
You can't that's what makes it unattractive about guys. There are some guys where
Alpha's so immature.
But immature in the way. Like,
you know what?
I know he's not truly immature.
I'm joking. A and B. I'm colloquial. Like I don't give a fuck. I love that word.
Colloquial. But no, I'm just but as a girl though, when you're with a guy, it's not so much like one thing I look at in guys too is how accepting you are. Does it really bother you to stand next to a gay man? If it bothers you, there is something wrong with your sexuality that you're not comfortable to stand amongst them.
Yeah, and you said girls can know. Girls will see that.
But my thing is too. All right. Now I don't want to I don't want backlash, but I kind of don't care.
Bring it.
But it's like, don't get mad at me if I don't accept it, though.
No. I'm not saying accepting. Accepting is different than just
I got a
putting on
with that.
Accepting means you see it, you acknowledge it, you might not agree with it, but you're not going to cause a scene.
I'm gonna push back. That's not acceptance. Acceptance is I'm welcoming of your entire lifestyle. I love it. That's cool. Tolerance.
I
say that all the time though when it comes to everybody though.
Not accepting isn't unattractive. Not having tolerance.
You have to tolerate everybody though. I think that's the thing. You have to tolerate everybody. You don't have to accept everybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tolerance is just having a civil society.
Kind of staying on that, like I said, I kind of grew out of it, grew away from the actual judgment of gay people. But there's stages like, now that I'm like, all right, he gay, that's cool. But I still have a low tolerance for somebody who's like flamboyant. It's like,
but there's a difference
man.
Because sometimes when they're around you, they act a certain way or they're a little too close for comfort. That's different. I truly mean like walking in somewhere and seeing maybe one that you noticed, and you're just like standing there like, oh, that's annoying. You know what I mean? Like saying something like, why? This person has every right to be there like you do.
You know what I'm going to say
I don't need
too?
you to accept it.
You know what I'm going to say too?
And that's an inner seed thing too, though.
Right. I think some gay people though, it's also a maturity thing. Like they're not mature about it. Like they are flamboyant, but they throw it in your face on purpose because they
even
want
I don't
you.
like that.
Okay,
they want you to feel uncomfortable.
I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
I agree.
Do you think they're doing that in order to just feel because they know, hey, like I can get my ass kicked for this, but I'm gonna prove to you that I don't give a fuck about.
But
what
then you
think.
give a fuck though.
Right.
You do that.
I don't think that's
again, I was playing devil's advocate. But like some people are, they may be overly flamboyant because they're just like, hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm this who I am. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's like politics is something you can use in that sense. You know, whether you're very left or very right, you don't have to impose your views.
There's
or your
nothing
thoughts
more
on somebody.
annoying than people who do that. And we know a girl who does that, and she's about 5 foot. All right, you know what? Never mind.
All right,
I know what you're talking about. But
you know exactly what I'm talking
about.
Exactly.
But I'm not. I don't care if you don't accept it. That doesn't bother me. But it's how you present yourself out in public. You can come home and vent to me and say, you know what? That made me uncomfortable. It's not something I like. And I'll be like, that's okay. Yeah. But you didn't make that person feel uncomfortable because you did.
Yeah.
That's not fair for you to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So tolerant. But there are different stages too. I agree with that. Because there are some people that really.
Of acceptance.
Well, okay, I joke about, I'm very friendly with girls, joking about getting a girl's number. But I truly think if there was a true, let's say, lesbian that was just way too in my face and making me feel uncomfortable.
Yo, that's
I'd be like, you know what? You need to stop. Because at this point, it's past the point of joking.
Jokey.
And it's a past point of you being like, yeah, I'm a lesbian. It's great. I'm straight. I'm not throwing that on you. So don't throw it on me.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
I saw that happen to one of our, Ashley was on the podcast. Well, I can say it then if she's been on here. Ashley, I saw this lesbian came up to me asking about Ashley and then was on full attack afterwards. I was like, damn, that's mad uncomfortable. And then,
wait, what happened? What was the story?
Oh yeah, we were at one of the gay bars. I don't shout them. I don't shout out bars, but
gotta check them checks.
But yeah, throw the check. You know what I'm saying? We'll accept a check from anywhere. But
yo, we really like checks. Cut them checks.
But yeah, we were at one of those establishments, and that girl was pressing. And I didn't, you know what? The thing is, I didn't feel comfortable, like, even trying to, like, separate that because they're both girls. I was like, all right, well, shit. If you're going to push up on her. Yeah. I guess. In hindsight, I probably should have. But you know what? That's an awkward thing for me because I don't want to, like, what do I do?
You know what, though? As a dick, though, if I were you, I'd probably be like, I just want to see what happens.
Oh, okay. That's so true.
Is that immature?
What?
Okay. Well,
no, that's what I thought.
Here, I got a question. This is Curtis. I got a question. How would you handle somebody, like, it's a mature thing on how you handle somebody hitting on you too, right?
Okay, I'll tell you a story. It's happened a few times. Okay. Gay dude, we were at the bar, we were at that establishment that one time, and he grabs my ass.
See, I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm not.
No, to your point. No, and to your point.
We're fighting.
Oh, I didn't fight. Well, here's the thing.
I'm not mature enough to just be like, hey, man, I don't like that. I gotta sock your shit.
In that moment, I was mature because I thought if I were to do that, that's a hate crime. But
no, it's not a hate crime.
Sexual harassment.
My thing is
because he approached you without understanding your sexuality.
But I gotta think though. How is it gonna be interpreted? I'm at this bar.
Okay, but I mean, but that's cool. You're thinking I'm thinking of like
in that moment.
Yeah, like it's not a. People want to say it's a hate crime.
I don't
really.
Think
if any dude come up and grab my ass,
if a man randomly came up and grabbed my ass, I would not appreciate that either.
I wouldn't appreciate that shit. I'm just
but that's what I'm saying.
But that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if he's gay.
No.
But they will go. Well, like you said,
I checked him
you have to kind of think like that. Like, oh, people gonna see me as this if I hit him or did. I hate that.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't hit him because he's gay. I didn't hit him because he's gay. I hit him because he touched me.
But that's justifiable. And I think opposing views would say, well, would you have done it if it was a girl? Well, probably not. If it was a girl. No,
because again, I'm thinking about the repercussions though. If I hit this girl, I'm going to jail. Yeah. Same thing with this gay dude. If I hit this dude, it might be a hate crime.
That's terrible that's because you think it's a hate crime. I personally don't think it is.
No.
That's uncomfortable.
I'm saying
you're thinking from society standpoint.
It would be perceived that way.
Yeah,
it's not. I'm not hitting him. I'm not hitting him because he's gay. I'm hitting him because he touched me. But even when at that very moment, I looked back and I was like, yo, dog, I don't play that shit. Stop. Yeah. And he was silent.
All right, well, check this out. Not to play devil's advocate. Okay. What if it's like a straight friend?
Oh, well, I know he's straight. I mean, hate crime. No, real shit. I've done that.
But do you know? No. But then it comes to, do you know them? You know them. That's different. Exactly. This is a random stranger coming to you at a bar, not somebody that you know that's straight and you know them personally and they're joking.
I guess it's just if you know them, huh? Yeah. Because if you know the gay dude, he grabs your ass, you ain't gonna beat him up. You'll be like, hey, come on, bro. We ain't doing that around here.
I don't grab my female friends like that or smack their asses. But I've seen my straight. Yeah, but I mean, in the past I did. I'm not gonna lie. But I've seen my straight friends do it to where they slap a girl's ass that they know. She may be like, yo, stop.
Yeah.
All right. And when she tells you to stop.
That's what I say. It's not
but
weird
she knows them, so it's not like she doesn't feel like he's a threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it was a random dude that she didn't know, she doesn't know what that dude could do. Like that dude that could be a potential rapist at that moment if he's
shit.
if you're willing
you
to just
don't know
go
what's in somebody else's mind.
Exactly.
They could be on the deep web, nigga. You don't know what they.
There are a lot more people than you think on that shit, bro. Like daily.
You know, because I was on this porn site and I've been seeing like a bunch of mom and son like.
Bro,
incest.
Actually, that's just like a huge thing.
The thing is, I don't check it out. Hold up, let's clarify. I don't check it out. No. I'm just saying, I see the thing pop up, and I'm like, who's checking this shit out?
That's so weird.
There's a lot of weird shit on porn.
The cuckold, is it how you put this?
Cuckold.
I think that's the weirdest category in porn to me, bro. How do you just sit there and just
the
let
cream pie category?
Sumie, this is not. Once again, this is not a porn podcast where we might delve into these discussions a lot more than we should.
Cream pie is that's always number one.
Oh, you like that?
Hell yeah,
I do too.
No, I like doing that shit.
I got a fear of getting people pregnant.
Oh yeah, I agree.
You gotta check. You gotta make sure they're not. They gotta make sure they're on the pillow. You know what I'm saying?
If it's someone you don't know that well, you don't know if they're on the pill or not.
You worry about it afterwards. I'm just joking. That's horrible.
He's stupid.
Yeah, but no, the cuckold category. I told Driss and
what are you saying? Say it again.
Is it cuckold or cuckold?
Cuckold.
How do you spell that?
C-U-C-K.
Cuckold.
Cuckold. Like, what does that mean? Is that a Latin term?
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I told Driss and Dylan this the other day. There's a couple of. They're white. I'm not gonna lie.
All of them are white.
They're all white.
And they all want them to have sex with their wives or with a black dude.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about. And I was like,
but why would you just be
I can see
married
this
to a black
particular
dude?
person being a cuckold or in this
the future.
Yeah.
I wonder who is it though? Is it both of them? Is it both of them who want it?
But
or is it
like
like the husband who wants it?
I think it's more of the husband.
The husband wants it.
Because I think
That's
the wife is just trying
weird.
to. The wife is just trying to like.
Get a black dick vibrator. I have one.
No, but the wife is just trying to
very
like
veiny.
please her man. I think maybe in that situation. Because
I think she's really getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah. My thing is this: if
it's like a vanilla swirl.
what if a girl ever approached you for that shit? Like, I'd laugh in her face. I wouldn't take it seriously.
But you do it.
I know this dude who said.
But you do it. You might laugh, but you do it.
I do
who
what?
go to like swingers.
Be a cuckold?
Like
Absolutely
swingers.
not.
You would do it.
Are you hearing this girl right now?
You would do
Don't
it.
try to play me, Sumie.
I think you would do
I would
it.
consider it. I'd be like,
I might let you if you're getting money out of it.
see,
Sumie.
See?
Oh, you're talking about me being the cuckold.
That's progression.
Or not.
Wait, who
is the cuckold?
beholder of the cuckold title?
You're
Is
saying
it the
that
husband
I
or
would
the
go and
wife?
fuck
I
another
feel like
dude's
it's-
wife.
Is it the wife or is it the black man?
Is it the action?
No, the
that's
guy-
a cuckold, or is it the people?
It's the
that's
guy.
a cuckold.
The guy
I
is
don't know,
the
bro.
is the cuckold. And I thought you were saying
I
I would be the
think
cuckold.
The guy who?
Stupid.
The guy who's having sex?
No. The
husband
guy,
or the black man?
The husband. Why is it a black? All right, but the
You
husband.
said
It's always
black
a black
man.
man.
It is
It's always a
man.
black man, bro.
Hey, listen, I've never explored this category.
No, let
I'm
me
still
explain.
on the surface of
the
Pornhub.
cuckold. The cuckold is the husband.
Oh no!
I thought you were saying
I think
I
you'd be
would
the
be
black
the-
man that would do it.
Oh, no, yeah.
See, you have to
okay.
clarify what the cuckold is
I'm
because
about
I
to
don't know.
look up the
You know
definition
what?
of this shit because it doesn't make sense, bro. It
Cuckold,
You know
doesn't.
what? I
cockadoodle
wouldn't.
doo. I don't know.
I wouldn't. I don't think I would do that. That's just a little.
expanding my
It's a little.
vocabulary.
It's a little too weird for me.
Cuckold.
I don't.
No,
No,
but I
I'm
would see you
not
being
down
the
for
black
somebody
man that would
watching
use-
me, especially a dude.
Yeah, I don't want to be watched. Like
I'm not gonna get up.
I don't want a dude
there's
sitting
no
there
action
watching me.
happening.
That's just weird. We do. Apparently, Bashir was telling us this. After the sex episode, but we have a friend, we can't say the name, who's partaking in this.
So
Really?
yeah.
Partaking in a cuckold?
Yeah,
he
like
doesn't.
he was the one who like is fucking these dudes' wives while the dude's
Do you
watching.
get paid for it?
I don't know.
I feel like
I
you
don't
have
think,
to.
I don't know. Well,
I feel like the cuckold would get money. Them two, they just like
isn't that illegal though?
they're enjoying it.
Bro,
it's
so yeah, the
prostitution, isn't
husband
it?
is the cuckold.
Yeah. The husband is the cuckold.
Oh, I think you'd be the black man, not the cuckold.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
That's
that.
what I meant.
That's
But
fucking funny.
That's fucking weird, bro.
no. But this dude, he
That's
said
weird as shit.
what, and this I'm quoting what Bashir said that old boy said. He said that when he was fucking the wife was like, yeah, this is how she looked over at her cuckold or her husband was just like, yeah, this is how you should be fucking me.
But the guy gets off on that.
Yeah.
He's like, I should be.
This
Is he whacking it in the
Yeah,
mirror?
he's sitting
He's
there whacking
masturbating
it.
He's
to them.
whacking it.
Not on my nice chair. That would not.
But still, like, bro, I'm smacking and a dude just over here playing with himself.
Whoa.
That's what the fuck, bro?
Maybe it just depends on how hot the wife is. It's like, you know what?
I can't. No,
that's just not for me.
If
I don't
another
judge.
dick out,
bro.
I don't
like
judge.
I said, like we talk about threesomes.
Do you have to be in
the
room, or can you acknowledge like he can watch you from another room, or
I think
the door,
I think
or
usually
like
they're all in the same room.
How do we get on?
It's
this?
a threesome. That's not a threesome.
Yo, I have another question. So you said something about swingers.
Yeah.
So how do you go about finding these parties?
Oh no, they have swing personal parties, but we actually got like 2 establishments in Columbus.
What?
That's like swinger. Like you have
Don't
to
shout
have
them
like
out. Don't
Is it
shout
like
them out. They need to cut a
a
check.
hotel place, or is it like
I don't know. I've never been,
No,
but
is
you
there
have to.
an-
You can only go from invitation.
But so is it like an actual place, or do they have meetings? Like, we'll meet at the lobby of this.
Oh no, this shit is like real. Like
They have a lease
I don't know.
to a
Like
building.
you know how the movies are.
Yeah.
Where you walk in, it's like 20 couches. And it's like they walk some shit. Some people might be fucking over here, but they just like, oh, okay. Hey, you want my wife tonight? Like, it really goes down. My dude at my gym, he was telling me like, yeah, I did. He said he did it for 6 months.
Who are the people that you meet, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Curtis lives in
And
a
he's a
different
fucking
part of
he's
Columbus.
a mailman.
Yo, Curtis be meeting.
He's a fucking mailman, and
Curtis
He's a
lives
mailman?
in, like,
yeah.
Shit, bro.
Curtis, you have another life we don't know about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. What the fuck? You got me
Man, that
scared.
shit is crazy, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. I love how we always find a way to talk about either music or sex.
My mind is
Man, that's
blown,
dope.
bro. That shit
That's
is
just
bro.
started
You
sweating
blew
a little
mine.
bit.
No, Mo. I was about to say you blew mine. I blew yours.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
did I hear that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
That's why I was about to say no, Mo.
Pause.
It's a male bonding
I
right there.
zoned out and I heard
deep
blow.
webs and swingers.
That's how. That's
You
the
could
name.
probably see a
That's
lot
the
of that
name
shit
of
on
the
the deep web.
podcast, bro.
You
Hell
blow mine,
yeah.
I blow yours.
No, deep webs.
webbing.
You blow mine, I blow yours.
I think that
like
should be the title. I think that should be the
All
title.
right, whatever.
God damn. All right.
It's no stroking a pretzel, but that should be the title.
Yeah, I'm sucking game.
No fucking. All right.
So are we gonna talk music or soul
I
stuff?
thought we had one more.
Let's
We had one more.
wrap
no,
up.
no.
We gotta
Yeah.
wrap up our growing up topic.
No,
We gotta
no.
wrap it up.
We segue into. Actually, we should segue into working with friends and business.
Oh.
Oh,
Business
that was
and
a good
friends.
one. We needed to touch on that.
Let's talk about
Mix
it.
and
Well,
business.
Curtis,
and-
why
To
don't
be honest, we only
Oh.
got like 15 minutes left.
We can save it for next week.
Yeah, we can say it. So
We'll save that for
that.
next week.
So let's end on
Let's
Brent
not cut it.
Faiyaz.
So you guys know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
y'all
next week.
I didn't listen to I haven't listened to this one. So y'all
Curtis
got
Curtis
it.
is like a
Bro,
month or
got
two
you.
late to every
He'll fill
song
me
or
in.
album.
Yeah.
that
He
we
takes-
do.
He explained
I
it.
soak in music very slowly.
But that's not bad.
Okay, so next month we're gonna do Gavin Turek, but you already know her personally.
Ga-
so.
All right.
we can break down Gavin.
All right,
eventually.
I can do. If we doing like one a month, I can do that maybe.
No,
But I
we're-
can't. Y'all
We'll
be
do
saying like, listen to one this week. This week, I'm like,
Gavin
I
Turek
can't
will
do
be our
that.
holiday month album.
Yeah.
Like, cause I listen to the same album over and over and over and over,
Yeah.
and then I switch it up.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
We had a good logo.
Why did I
like that.
say that like that?
That's fucking fire.
Can we edit that?
No,
it's
no,
too late.
this is all
Too late.
wrong.
Shout out to
Bro.
Nick, man.
Yeah,
He's the
shout out
cover
to
art
Nick.
guy.
You guys
He's
don't
a
know, but Nick
fucking
is like
beast.
the director of creative design, sitting over there. And
Nick is a,
As
Nick
he's
is a
eating, as
beast.
he's eating Jimmy John's. Yo, tell
Damn,
me,
that shit sounds
this
good.
man's been here a million times and missed the exit getting up here.
he had to physically stop for direction.
Yo,
Now he's coming over. All right,
All right,
please
Nick,
explain.
say something.
Nick.
Explain yourself.
Yo, please explain.
Yo, so I don't have a phone right now. I ain't used the map since like what, 98?
You actually use the map?
No,
I've never used the map.
No, I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
even know how to use a map.
I
I'm
wouldn't know
just
how to
saying.
to this day.
Without your phone, how do you know where to go?
Nowhere.
places,
I'm
you know
That's
what I'm
fucking
saying?
crazy, ain't it?
I got lost and I had nowhere. No, I had to stop and ask for directions.
Yes.
The moss was
When-
growing on the trees.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas haven't asked for directions since like 07.
I had to,
I
or
never
I would have
asked for
been
directions in a
lost.
long
Or I, didn't,
time.
I knew
what
how
else
to
you
get
got?
home, but I didn't know how to get here.
So check this out. I'm about to blow your mind again. So, did you know that your phone or your iPad could have still you can still use the maps on there even if you don't have Wi-Fi?
How?
Because it doesn't take Wi-Fi. It uses like a chip in the satellite.
What?
That would have been dope to know
Yeah.
2 hours ago.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
You just blew our minds, Driss. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
Hey, we're doing business and friends next week.
Okay, but
Cool.
Yeah.
all right, let's move it on to Brent Faiyaz.
Dope.
Brent Faiyaz, man. I said this before. Brent Faiyaz is my favorite artists coming out of the new school generation R&B right now. And
but we heard him first in Crew.
Yeah.
Was when we was first introduced to us.
So a lot of people.
I'm a listener on this one, so I'm going to be asking questions.
Okay. So a lot of people listened to him and heard him for the first time on that Crew record by Gold Link. You know, the I See Money all around. That's my favorite song
same
of all
song
time.
you've sung every day.
That
shit is hard.
That shit is fire.
So, I mean, from that alone, you could tell like that vibe. He killed the hook. I'm sorry. That's the hook of the year.
Yeah.
The last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm just joking. Right,
slow down.
But
pump the brakes.
he came out on his debut album.
I'm not going to push back on that claim that that's the hook of the year.
So this Brent Faiyaz, who, not to compare him to anybody off Jump, but what kind of what type of vibe?
What's the lead singer from 112?
I don't know nothing about 112.
I don't know these niggas' names. He's got a 90s type of.
Is it like 90s?
Yeah. He's an old school voice kind of.
He's a vocalist, you know what I'm saying? You know how the new age
lyrics
rappers,
or more melodies?
Melodies.
His voice is very light too. It's a very just light voice.
So he's an R&B.
He jumps on like old school sounding beats. More a lot.
Okay.
And he's got a very melodic tone to him.
Hold on, I'm about to try to figure out this dude's name.
He's dope. I know some of the
Where
people.
Where he from?
He's from Maryland, Baltimore.
Yeah, he's from the DMV. I know some of the people who listen to this.
Accent? Can you hear it?
No, actually not.
No. I know some of the people who listen to this podcast may not be the biggest R&B fans. You should be an R&B fan.
You fucking should.
And I know we were talking. You guys, we have a friend of ours.
Oh, I'm gonna shout him out because he's an avid listener.
Yes.
Seth fucking Carr, bro.
Stop listening to radio R&B and listen to some real shit.
Yeah,
or
bro.
just don't listen to country. How about that?
I already know I'm about to get a text message from this dude tomorrow.
Yeah, don't listen to country music.
No, listen to country music. I know you got some bangers in country music.
No, his daughters are so cute.
I've never listened to country music,
bro. Oh, all right, that's a good.
What we talking about? Music. Brent.
Brent Faiyaz.
Let's get it.
Shit, we gotta stop doing that.
The thing about Brent Faiyaz, though, do you see him having a long lasting career?
I think so, bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna push back a little. I don't know if he what type of career though? Is it gonna be a top level like somebody you're gonna hear on the radio regularly, or is it gonna be somebody?
Okay, let me ask you this: most of the new R&B artists right now, do you think they're all long lasting, or do you think they're all just blowing up at this point?
No. I think some of these people, like when we were talking about Sabrina Claudio. Did we ever talk about?
I feel like the ones who stand out.
Yeah,
he stands out. So I think he stands out.
I don't know if he stands out like that, and I think Sabrina Claudio, who we'll eventually talk about later,
I gotta listen to her.
Her voice, that's a once in a. I think she's got a once in a.
Like, think so? Right now.
I think she's once in a every 15, 20 years type of talent.
But I could say the same thing for Brent Faiyaz because he doesn't sound like anybody out right now.
He sounds like traditional.
But what's traditional R&B?
I'm talking about 90s. Let me just put it
she's cute too.
His lyrics are the thing about Brent Faiyaz is that his lyrics aren't like no cookie. It's not no cookie cutter R&B. It's like he sound like he's saying his lyrics are like rapper oriented.
It's not an argument as to whether he can sing or not. He's got an amazing voice. I'm saying, do people want to? Here's a better question. Do people want to hear that from male R&B artists? Do they care about the guy being a vocalist, or do they want like a party type of guy who's just going to provide what?
But would you say it's a party song?
If you're going to be a male R&B, your melodics have to be on point.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying,
Crew is a party song.
Is Crew a party song?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
But he wasn't showing his vocal range on that song.
But that's the thing. You don't have to.
I see money all around me. I feel like I'm the. He gave a little something.
But that's the hook that you're going to remember. That's the memorable part of the song.
That's my point. I think you're missing my greater point. Male R&B artists nowadays, maybe outside of The Weeknd, right? When they're getting radio play, right? They don't have to. They don't show their vocals.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, they don't
while
using their
female
voice
R&B artists
as an instrument.
It's hard for a guy
like even the dudes like
voice
even Jacquees. I think
Jacquees is fire.
Yeah, Jacquees can
no, he can
and
sing.
he can really stretch. Yeah, bro, he's a beast.
But look at the song that's the hit on the radio. He wasn't expanding on his vocal talent in that song.
That's why I really like seeing. I like especially when it comes to male R&B artists. I want to see you sing like a cappella.
To find out if
just to see if you can really sing or if a lot of that shit is just equalizers. Because
a lot of
when I seen Jacquees sing acapella, like I'm like, okay, this nigga can sing.
Oh, yeah, we know he can sing.
Let him walk into a room.
And that's the question I'm asking with Brent.
Weeknd can do that too.
Yeah,
I think question
they can just cut the fucking beat off.
Weeknd can do that
now
too.
you like the Weeknd.
Oh, I've been fucking with the. I don't like him now. I don't like this weekend. I like last weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll like the next weekend.
Yeah, I'll say this. Hey, Curtis. All right. But that's the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is, to his own detriment, he might be too talented for mainstream.
Who?
I think so. All right.
That's kind of because.
With that being said, that's true.
He's using his voice, and he's got an amazing voice. But do people want to hear that from male R&B artists?
He might be too much of a musician.
But at the same time, like you notice that Ty Dolla $ign? Yeah. Same type of artist, low key.
I kind of fell off.
You're comparing him to Brent?
No, I'm saying Brent's way better, but at the same time, like he just sings hooks on this a lot of pop songs now.
Yeah.
I can see Brent doing that too.
I like Ty though.
I like Ty too.
No, I like Ty's talented.
I feel like he kind of fell off. Like his music don't really be having that much.
Well, he went
mainstream.
Yeah,
like
did, but
I hate when they do that.
I'll listen to his new album coming out.
I'm not.
Beach House 3,
I'm not listening.
And actually, now you make a really good point because I don't want Brent doing that.
Right,
I don't want Brent going mainstream, and
because look at some of the female
that's the
vocals.
fans. We always want them to stay with us.
They gotta get their money.
Yeah, they gotta get their bread, man. Because I know if I'm going mainstream, I'm like, man, fuck y'all, man.
I say that all the time.
Y'all ain't paying my damn house payment.
Exactly.
I say that all the time. A part of me kind of like the fact that Dom Kennedy never blew up.
Yeah,
because it's like he's ours.
I feel bad.
That's selfish though.
It's like I don't want him to grow.
It might be. It's kind of the same reason why Wiz like fell off to me, maybe because it's like I think he just
Wiz was fire.
Well, here's the thing with Wiz, his music just wasn't didn't connect the same way with me. I don't know if it was because of the time I was at. Like when I first heard his music,
like stop smoking the green grass.
I mean, it's not even that though.
I'm just kidding.
No, it wasn't even that. It's more like you hear it at 16, and then like, all right, he's kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, he's always been like that. Wiz has always been like that. Yeah, but Wiz got such a great personality. Right. Like it makes you like it.
You want him.
You want to ride with him because he's so.
Again, I want all of these positive. I want all of these people to win. It's just a matter of, like with Brent. I don't know. Again, it might be him being a little too talented for the radio.
Fire. I'm about to play a video.
The kid's voice. The kid's voice is dope. He's only 22. He's only gonna get better.
Y'all should definitely check him out though. He's got a really good album out right
Seth,
now.
I know. I sent you a couple songs by him.
It's called Saunders.
So Seth, you better listen.
It's called Saunders. Is the album. Super talented. If you think there aren't talented new acts coming out now, man, you haven't been doing enough research. Honestly.
Or you're talking about
in general. Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah, I just suck at soaking in new
music. No, that's a good trait to have, though. Just you listen to one album and you just.
I rarely like to get the deep, like, because I'm big on instruments too, so I like to hear how they ride certain instruments.
I think a lot of people
snares,
these days are too quick to listen to a new album before they're that's the
problem. The thing is, there's so much music coming out, so people do get overwhelmed and they're just like, all right, I'm just gonna run through this, and they don't go back. I realize sometimes I don't go back. And that's why when we had that big argument about Frank, I did that the first time. I was like, all right, let me hear what it is. First listen, whatever. But the thing is, I went back and listened over and over again. Didn't do anything.
That's why I like listening to music. That's why I like listening to like one album over and over and over, because I don't like being bombarded by too much music. Because if I really like one album, if I'm like, if y'all like, hey man, now listen to this, I go to listen to it, but I still want to listen to the other album. Now I'm not taking this album serious. So that's why I don't do it.
That's why I can't get into like Future or Gucci that much anymore, because they drop so much music at the same time.
Gucci Mane recently said he's gonna drop a mixtape a week.
I don't like I like Gucci's music, but I don't like.
It's just too much though.
There's no need to be
he's flooding,
bro. That's like gym music though. That like amps you up.
I mean, I guess like for his genre, that's okay.
That's something I listen to feel.
Throw a little bit of money.
I guess like for his genre, that's okay. But like, dude, when Wayne did it, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like when Wayne
do it
everybody took Wayne's blueprint, like the flood the market type. Wayne was the first to really do that.
That's not the market anymore. The market is the
quality. That's the fucking market now.
Quality and mystique. I think that's the market now. The more mystique somebody is, look how excited people were when Frank was getting ready to drop his. Now that's a certain tier.
Quality.
That's a certain tier
I see what you're saying
too.
now.
Like
they go hand in hand. Quality and mystique.
You got to be a dope. Like Beyonce can be mystique. Like Frank can do that. The Weeknd can do that.
And that's crazy because that's what blows my mind, because you got somebody like Gucci who dropped fucking 8 albums a year. But then you got Beyonce, who's bigger than fucking everybody, and she like, shit, I might drop something
think that can
in
help
3
Gucci's,
years, 5 years,
don't you
10
think
years
that
if
would
I
help
want.
Gucci's career though? If
Not
he just
really.
no, I'm saying like
he's
if
balling right now.
No, I'm saying like
Oh,
if
no,
he,
he's good.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're saying that
He's good.
if he waited and tried to be mysterious and whatnot,
It wouldn't work.
But that's what I'm saying, because
his fan base.
hood niggas, bro.
Yeah,
Hood
they
niggas
want
want
to-
new shit all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
They gotta flood the streets.
They're not.
Okay. Yeah.
And they love
That's
those
crazy.
stories.
I'm thinking about this now. Like, they don't hood, like, not to stay specifically on hood niggas, but people who listen to that type of music all the time, they're not listening for music to be like, damn, this is really
Right. They
This
just
is
want
food.
that throwaway.
Yeah, they're not
line.
using it. They just want
throwaway
that
line
quick
just-
shit.
Yeah.
Party, turn up, done.
Yeah. See,
Party,
that's
turn
what
up,
we're
done. Done.
That's the thing, and that's
Could
why I
be-
say, look, the music I play at a party per se is more or less not the music I'm going to listen to by myself, unless I'm working.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree.
I think
I'm not-
that's everybody.
You want
Yeah.
food? You want music that nourish you, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it for everybody else, but I ain't music I'm gonna continuously listen to by myself. Like, how can you imagine waking up in the morning and listening to the Migos? Like, what's
Bro, that's
wrong with you?
horrible.
Nah, I can't.
Like,
See,
come
I mean,
on.
but you
I mean,
said-
I got moments though where
You
I
like-
do wake up
do
and
the
listen to the
Migos do
Migos.
But you haven't.
do the Migos do that? Like,
Yeah,
they don't flood the streets like that no more.
Not as
They
much.
are rating.
So-
Yeah, not
hold on,
yeah.
Kurt,
Oh no, they kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
they
they're in
do
the
and they
middle.
don't.
You mean to tell me you wake up in the morning and listen to Migos?
Oh
Sometimes?
no, I don't. Yeah, sometimes.
You haven't even wiped the crust out of your eye. and
I
you're
mean, but
listening to-
sometimes you don't just wake up amped.
No, I don't.
be
Maybe I don't. I'm
Like,
not
I wake
that-
up sometimes and I'm just, if I'm about to go to the gym or something, man, I turn
No.
my TV on, get that bitch
I
blasting.
wake up and I'm tired every time.
Oh no, see,
Every single morning.
it depends on what you eat that night.
That's
I'm
probably
just
true.
tired.
That's probably
I don't
true.
get good. I don't.
Oh,
I need to
nah,
work
I
on
I eat
getting
good,
better
bro.
sleep.
I need someone to like write me a meal plan
Yeah,
or
you
something.
do.
Like, I
I
don't
can
eat
do
good.
that, bro.
Me
I
neither,
can
bro.
do that.
You really?
Yeah, that's what
what's
I
up,
do,
yeah.
bro. Bro, that's like that's how you wake up and how you go to sleep, what you put in your body before and after. That shit'll determine how you feel in the morning, bro.
I wish we could get Marcus on here. I know. Is he?
He's in Australia still, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be a great person to get on here if you wanted to like get motivated and shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know if I'm
think
Motivation
it's
is
that
self-motivation
motivated, bro.
first, though.
That's true.
bro, that man is crazy.
Yeah,
like
he's
going on
crazy.
runs on the beach, which
That's
is
what's
dope.
up.
Actually, that's
Hey,
fucking dope.
I
That's so
respect him
dope.
for it, but I don't know if
That's dope
that's
as fuck.
for everybody, bro. He be really going hard in the
Oh,
gym.
yeah.
That's commendable though. That's dope.
Hell yeah, it's super dope.
I need a Jeff would be a dope person to get on here too. I don't know why we're just
Harper?
name dropping. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're name
Are we
dropping like
name
crazy.
dropping? Like-
Yeah,
like
we
these
definitely
people.
need Jeff.
But anyways,
I'll text him.
let me just let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Now this was a good. I like.
Hey, we struggled all day, but
we brought it together on this.
Oh, and I'm sorry Bashir wasn't here today. Can we tell the people
Yeah,
why
we
he's
can.
not?
This man Bashir lost his phone last night.
Okay.
Bashir, he was
he
just
lost his
a wreck.
phone.
You guys are missing
He was a
his-
fucking
Yeah,
wreck.
he might have
His
died. We
voice.
don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea, bro. I can't even.
You know
get
what
in
I realized?
contact with him.
If even at Bashir's funeral, because I'm gonna I think we would celebrate his life after a while. No, Nick's looking
Bashir
at me-
will want you to.
Yeah, he would want us to celebrate his life.
All right.
All right, so we would be partying, and even in his even when he's dead, we'd still have to buy the alcohol.
I can
for him.
see that, like, I can see that, like, people,
That's
like,
cold-blooded.
open casket, people putting like confetti on them,
Yeah.
put little costumes on them.
Hell
He just
yeah.
smiling, like, have a good time, have a good time.
You know
guys.
what's so funny? I realized this. We have that Soul Sunday group chat. Every weekend now, there's always a text from Curtis. Where's Bashir? Who called Bashir? And I noticed it because this morning when I woke up to that text in our group chat, I was like, feels like deja vu. And last Saturday, same thing. Or last Friday, same thing. Someone called Bashir.
Oh yeah. Also, I mean, shout out. This is also it was Bashir's birthday last week.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
we
had a
had
fun
fun.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Karaoke
That was a fun Thursday,
That was
man.
fun.
It was nice and mellow.
Yeah, it was
We
nice.
also Monday celebrated Nick's birthday at
Yep,
Harrison.
Nick's
Happy
birthday was
belated to
too.
Nick.
I didn't
All
get
these
to make that
October
one, man.
birthdays.
We got a lot of October birthdays, man.
October
we
birthdays.
do.
How's it feel to be 26, bro?
Felt old as fuck for
Yeah,
real, for real.
right.
You're-
26
you're-
ain't shit.
Hey, man, in the grand scheme of life, you're like a quarter. Not even. Yeah, you're quarter of a
million.
way.
It's just the simple fact I'm closer
Quarter
to
century,
30
man.
now than I am.
Hey, 30 is the new 20s. That's what all the 30-year-olds tell me.
I hope so. I hope so.
30 is going to be a prime age.
30 is gonna be awesome for me because I like getting older.
Really?
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
say that too.
I,
Like,
I just feel it on me, bro.
I'm just waiting to stop looking 12. That's
no,
what I'm
I mean
waiting
with
for.
each
I
year,
like
but
getting
I feel
older.
like, yo, what's the thing that Chris says all the time? I'm better than yesterday, whatever phrase he says.
Yeah.
He's been saying it lately. He's like, I'm trying to get better. I'm better than I was yesterday. I mean, yeah, that's a dope thing. Look,
hell yeah, bro.
Get better than you.
I was better last night than I am tonight right now, but
yeah,
like when I look back and think how stupid I was at like 21, I just be like, thank God I made it to this, and I've really learned.
Don't you wonder how you made it here alive?
That's
sometimes?
what I'm saying, bro. That's what I be saying.
Realistically, I've been wondering the same thing. Like, I've been around a lot of bad influences. Why is that so hard to say? I've been around a lot of bad influences in my life, and it's kind of weird that I haven't been in a lot more trouble.
Same here,
than I
bro.
been.
Same here. I've been in situations where I'm like, I'm not gonna make it out this one.
Hey, somebody pass the Cavassier. Where's the wand?
Yeah.
What?
That's a song.
Everybody's singing.
Well, that's part of growing up, and that's why we have growing pains.
That's my shit.
Yeah, so we rapping.
Yeah,
we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, I'm starting to get hungover again and hungry.
All right, Sumie, you want to wrap this up for us?
Well, we're gonna go eat something because I'm literally dying.
You want to wrap it up for us? Huh?
Wrap up what?
Wrap up the podcast.
We'll wrap it up then.
Grow up. Stop judging people.
Agreed.
It's not worth
Agreed.
it. It's not worth it. I need to learn to let go. That's something I'm going to work on.
Hey, yo, God, I'll be playing some fire music. Y'all niggas.
Anyway, yo, we wrapping it up. Yo,
Alpha, you big-headed motherfucker.
Yo, So Sundays, episode 6. Thank you guys for listening in.
Leah, let's do.
Are you not going to play the music?
It's episode 8.
Whoa. I think we should just give out. I think we should just give like 30 seconds of appreciation to everybody who really like. People have been coming up to us at work, parties.
Oh, thank you for that.
Like, we really do appreciate y'all guys.
People kind of think I'm a sex freak now, but
we don't care. We don't care if it's just one person. We don't care if it's 20. We do this organically. And we try to stay positive, and we love that y'all give us positive energy right back.
And whether you listen, and whether you're listening, we want you to listen to the whole thing because it's great
definitely.
Combo. But whether you listen to
just
10
give
minutes,
us a chance.
Whether you listen to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or the whole thing, thank you.
Or tell us what we should do better.
Yeah,
even.
and tell us.
We always want feedback.
Yeah, and tell us what we can do to get your full attention.
That's what we need. We need to open up like a suggestion thing just for everybody, so they can just drop all their.
Send nudes.
I don't want to see any of you niggas naked. But no, thank you for coming up and showing love and checking it out.
Is like awesome, that, man. I always hear people say that from like their podcasts and stuff. They be like, "Man, people really listen to me." And now I'm like, "Damn, people really listen to us."
Well, because I think we're just bullshitting. Like, you know what I'm saying? We get
somebody from Minnesota.
It's not listen to it. Conversating.
No, that's what I'm saying. Conversing.
Yeah. Like people.
We have a teacher in the room. And you said conversate.
Oh,
you know
shit. Yeah, she about to chop me with a ruler.
Exactly.
She about
conversing.
She didn't beat you with her bra.
But yo, thank you guys for real.
Guys, we really do appreciate it, man.
And if you ever get the chance, just follow us back on Instagram and quit being assholes. I'm just joking.
You're not joking.
I'm dead serious. Also started up a Twitter account. We might as well just do all social media.
Sure. I'm not on Twitter. Yeah. I'm not getting on Twitter.
Nigga, get back on Twitter.
For what?
For this.
Okay.
And also get a Facebook.
Soul Sundays podcast on Instagram.
Too. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter now.
Yeah.
We all over. We taking over. DJ Khaled.
Y'all have a great week, man. Soul Sunday vibes.
Stay blessed.